Oh. No more of a bit here. I just came out watching Captain Marvel. I'm here at Cityplace again. I haven't done one of these in a long time. First time I think of this year. Yeah. I figure it's a Marvel film. Gotta do one of these. I'll say this. It's probably the least like a Marvel film. I'll tell you the reason why, because it looks pretty bad. I'm sorry. This was not relatively amongst Marvel's better. This was almost like an Iron Man 2 version of what a Marvel film should be, and it's kind of sad. I mean, there were elements that looked like a Marvel film. Samuel Jackson was excellent. Even like, was it Ben Madison? He was really funny, really on point. Like, there were elements, characters who kept it very interesting. I should have known that this film was going to be bad when I found out that there's no reviews come Tuesday night, this past Tuesday. If Rotten Tomatoes does not have a score for you by Tuesday before the film comes out, it's a bad sign. A real bad sign. This was, well, I wouldn't exactly call this film like terrible. I've seen worse. This is not as bad as Venom, by the way. Venom was really bad. There's one thing I could probably say, at least Venom. Venom was laughably bad. There were times in this which is completely boring. I was going to bring up a little quote here because I think now we got to talk about one of the biggest problems in the film. And sadly, I don't want anyone to say this one here. To avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, be nothing. Brie Larson, it says you want to be something, get ready for some criticism. I'm not going to say Brie Larson can't act. I saw Room. She can act. She's very good at it when she can be. I have no idea what she was doing in this film. It was almost like the filmmakers were trying to stop her from showing any emotion. She would like start showing some bit of charisma and stuff, and then like all of a sudden, like someone in the background's like, "Oh wait, abort, abort, abort!" A sign of emotion for her is a bright smile here and there. Most of the time, she's basically had her showing like the same scowl or just simply like a mope. Not really much. Now, the reason I brought the Freddie Shiro quote is very simple. I actually tried to look for some reviews, and there's a press conference where she was talking about A Stitch in Time, which came out this time last year. I thought that film was completely and absolute garbage, if you remember. And she actually said that that film was not made for you. I'm like sitting here like, that's a $300 million film. If it's not meant for a general audience, then who is it meant for? You're making a $300 million film for a niche film? It doesn't make any sense. As for this one, yeah, I hope that wasn't referring to the fact that you knew that you were not putting up your best performance here. And, you know, she unfortunately was when your lead is amongst the worst things about the film, you know your film's garbage. Should we know, there were about, like, I looked at the writing credits. Story had about 6 people writing it. That's also a bad sign. Wow, I mean, I never thought I would ever live to see the day that Marvel would come out of a really bad film from the studios. I mean, yeah, there were bad Marvel films in the past, but they were made by other studios. Like Ang Lee's Hulk, that was pretty bad. That was kind of pretty boring. This was pretty boring, this film. I really can't tell you much. This is probably best to skip. I don't know how to really grade this. I mean, it's not like a terrible film. Once again, I've seen worse. This is somewhere between a D+ and a C-. I'll go with the C- just to be you know, just to avoid giving as much of the benefit of the doubt as I possibly can. Well, I'm ranting on now, and well, the good news, at least we have Endgame coming up. Sadly, yeah, she's going to be in Endgame. Hopefully her performance in Endgame is much better than it was here. Now, if you like the 90s, this has a lot of nostalgia value to it. So that's probably the one reason maybe to even go back to watch. But I said you could probably watch the mid-90s. It's a much better film. This was bad. Take care, and Endgame is in 2 months.